So hello everybody. The whole focus for today is going to be on arpeggios, how to use them and how to start making some really, nice music with them. And, as an overview, when I started the guitar program at the California Jazz Conservatory about 20 years ago, when I was working with students and just doing scales, I noticed that it was really hard for people to improvise, with a real coherent musical statement. But when they were doing arpeggios and started to integrate that into their playing, it got a lot better. So I've been obsessed with arpeggios for a long time. And I'm going to take a few basic concepts and show them to you. I'm going to play for a little bit, show you some ideas, and then I'm going to stop and ask for questions. And so this is not a lecture. I really like to have it be interactive. And and please let me know if you have any questions even as I'm talking. Just maybe raise your hand and then you can unmute yourself, and and we'll go from there. So let me play a little. I'll just give you an idea of, I'm going to use a bunch of arpeggios just for a second here. So there, integrating scales with some chromatic notes, but there was a lot of arpeggios that I put in there as I was moving through. And you might not have been able to hear them because I'm just playing freely. But let me break it down. So let me break down some of what I was just doing. So I was hearing in my head like a minor blues or just a G minor chord going around the vamp, or minor blues kind of feel, or just a minor 2-5-1. So what I'm getting, let's take a very simple thing. So let's say we have a G minor. The first thing to do is be sure you can play the arpeggio over a G minor. Okay, so very simple minor triad arpeggio would be this. You don't have to go up, you can stay in position. Adding the 7, so here's the minor triad. So staying in just one shape. Or like I said, you can add the 7, which would be the F. It's very similar to the pentatonic position that many of you know, but it leaves out the 4. So it's not this. It's just, you leave out the C in this case. Now, obviously, you have all the different positions that you can play your arpeggios in. And I don't want to get into that for now because I want to give you some real concrete stuff to work on. So this first arpeggio, if you can get that under your fingers and start using it, that'll be really, really important because, once you're playing arpeggios over the chord itself, you can start adding scale tones. So let me give you an example. Let's say I got a G minor going. So I might take myself just playing a backing track, okay? Now, arpeggio. Okay, that's just arpeggio. Now, what if I add some scale tones to it, staying right in this little area of the neck, my 3rd fret? Okay, let's say G Dorian. Let's say I'm thinking of that G Dorian. which is basically F major starting on the G. So I'm going to add one of the notes at a time to the arpeggio. Check this out. So now I still got the, or tape yourself playing a basic swing rhythm is good to start with. Okay, now I'm going to add just one note to the arpeggio. I'm going to add the 9, the A. That was the C, and if I bend, yeah, then I get the blues tone into the D flat. But anyway, let me stay on the A. So again. Okay, now how about if I add the E, which is the 6 of the G minor? So again, I'm just going to play that arpeggio and then add that note E to it, the 6. The 6 and then the 9. Okay, so now it's not sounding like this. And no matter how fast and groovy you play your scales and with all the patterns, you know, and all that stuff, oddly, when you play scales, it sounds like scales. That's a joke, guys. And so, but now as I add the scale tones one at a time, that doesn't mean I can't do a very dense line. Like, but I have much more control over my sound because I can hear the arpeggios are exactly the notes in the chord. So let me stop for a sec because I want to be sure, like I said, I don't like to lecture and talk at people. It's never been one of my favorite things. So does anyone have a question? Please jump in.
So you said that, you know, just pick a scale and then you picked G Dorian and then you said add the 6 and the 9. So when you add the 6, how does that work with the G Dorian scale? Like, do you add which 6?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean the 6 of G minor. So for example, if G is the 1, the 6 would be E.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
Right, and just like if G is the 1, A would be the 2, or also the 9. You know, depending on how you're looking at it. So, and then C. So the colors, G Dorian is just made up of the G minor 7 arpeggio. And then the notes A, C, and E, which are the colors that color the G minor chord. But again, when you play the whole scale, you can't really hear those notes. You can't really articulate it. You know, because one of the things I learned from years of transcribing great solos by, you know, Wes Montgomery and Pat Martino and Joe Pass was that it's odd because you spend so much time practicing scales, learning the fretboard and getting it down, but in real life, you only use snippets of a scale and a pattern. Like I said, if I sit here and play all day. So I wasn't just going, right? So I'm trying to make music with it. And one of the ways to make music is to get these arpeggios, be able to really articulate that, you know, the sound that you're going for. So again, you know, guys, just stay in this one position with that G minor and be able to play it. I wrote a book a few years ago for Mel Bay Publications called Guitar Arpeggio Studies on Jazz Standards. And I go through, I have 3 whole pages of covering the entire neck of the guitar with all the arpeggios that you can do. And so, but I'm for the sake of this, it's for what we're trying to do right now, you can just stay in one position. You don't have to play it everywhere on the neck, but it's very important to realize that you could play them anywhere on the neck. Like for instance, G minor. or here, or here, right where there's a chord. And then here, and then, you know, so you have all these different shapes that you can do, but just stay here. All I want you guys to do is learn this one shape and be able to play it, because you can superimpose it on other chords and it's going to sound really, really cool. Because remember that each of these notes in the arpeggio, let's go back to this G minor arpeggio, G, B flat, D, F. If I play that over a G minor, it's going to sound one way. But what if I take those same notes and play it over an F minor? Let me give you an example. This is going to be really cool. So I'm still going to play, but now I've got a bossa, like say maybe I'm in F minor. So now I'm creating all these different colors, because these same four notes in the G minor 7 arpeggio, G, B flat, D, and F, now instead of it being the 1, the flat 3, the 5, and the flat 7 of G, if I play it over F minor, it's now the 2, the 4, the 6, and the root of F minor. You guys wrap your head around that? You with me?
Yeah.
That's some hip shit. And so again, you're going to tape yourself playing different vamps, and then you're going to, here's another nice sound that I really like with the G minor, a real easy one. Let's say you're playing a blues, a major blues in B flat. Let's say even you got an old school blues, boogie woogie. Take the G minor 7 arpeggio. So there, okay, I'm using it over a B flat or a B flat 7. There, it just becomes G is the 6 of B flat is the tonic, D is the 3rd, and F is the 5. So it's like playing a B flat 6 chord. That's pretty cool, right? Here's another idea, and again, we're just going to stay with this one arpeggio. And you guys are going to try these ideas at home. Like I said, you know, you can tape yourself. Or if you want to do more of a jazz thing, you know, do something funky. And then, okay, so you're going to hear how this arpeggio sounds over that, okay? Another idea that is really nice to do is to take it and use it over an A flat major 7. This gives you a beautiful sound that we call Lydian. Check it out. So instead of an A flat major 7 like this, now we're getting this sound. Check it out. So I'm going to tape myself playing something pretty, maybe something like this. Get the idea? So that now creates a whole different sound. A flat major 7, the G, remember we've got these same 4 notes. That's all I want you guys to be playing around with. The G would be the major 7 of A flat. The B flat would be the 2 or 9. The D is the sharp 11, which is, that's that Lydian note that I'm putting on top there, the D. Instead of this, we get this. Okay, and then you have the F, which is the 13. So it's a very, very colorful, really nice sound. I think that's those are a few different ideas that I would start with your G minor. There's many other things that you can do, but I'd say, because I'm going to see you guys on Friday, hopefully, you know, work with just these ideas right now. Okay, so I've given you a few different ideas. G minor 7 arpeggio over G minor, and then using some of the colors from the G Dorian scale with it. Then you playing a G minor over an F minor vamp, using that G minor 7 arpeggio over an F minor vamp, then using it over a B flat 7, like in a blues, and then finally using it over an A flat major to give you that nice Lydian sound, that sharp 11 sound, which is, you know, really cool.